We're going live.
Nationwide series right here. So to get us going, let's go trackside here and join tonight's opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as our colors are presented by the United States Army Nashville Recruiting Battalion. Master of Understanding for invocation delivered tonight by Joe Nels, pastor of Family Baptist Church in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Rouse and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the RO7 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. And they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our next event, presented by Deacon Flowers.
Happy Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Racing for a Cause Throwback 1997 K&N Series. We are coming to you live from Texas Motor Speedway, the 1.5 mile track down south. I'm your host, Chris Legue, and with me in the booth tonight, Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how you doing tonight, bud?
Hey, happy Monday, Chris. I am excited to be down here at Texas Motor Speedway with you tonight and the drivers of the K&N Throwback Series.
Man, I am ready to go. We have 188,000 in attendance tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway. 181,000. Man, oh man, I'm just ready to watch this race. 100 laps here tonight, and man, it's going to be awesome. There it is right there. Interstate Batteries 100 coming to you live from Fort Worth, Texas Motor Speedway. And tonight, as it was back in 1997, we've got a little bit of weather to talk about. And Rick, you're going to be my man for the weather tonight. What do we got, bud?
All right, Chris. Well, right now we are sitting at 1997 weather, which is clear, 65 degrees. That track temperature, though, is at 92 degrees Fahrenheit. We have winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour with a relative humidity of 48%, 29 inches, and rising right now, Chris.
That ain't the only thing rising tonight, as we have heard the track gets a little loose. That could give us some, could give us some rising blood pressure. I think that's the thing we're going to be watching for. But it's going to be awesome. Right now, you've seen it right there. Troy Radford leading the pack, and so far in qualifying, as he has throughout practice. Troy Radford in the number 94 car. Let's see who else we've got out on track here. Looks like a couple of cars have already picked up. There's Steve Baker featuring his new Rad paint job, Rad Racing. A new team here tonight from Racing for a Cause. The rowdy one, Rowdy Johnson, checking in on the stream. How you doing tonight, Rowdy? Trying to get the qualifying out of the way so we can go to live action here tonight, Texas Motor Speedway. Man, Ricky, I think this one's going to be fun to watch, bud.
It's going to be fabulous, Chris. Texas is a great track. The one that Dale Earnhardt Jr. won his first race as a rookie in the then Winston Cup Series. I love this track. It has gone through a little bit of a change here this season. In real life, but in iRacing here we are, man. It's a great American race. It's a racetrack, I should say. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, Rowdy, thanks for pointing that out, man. 87 subscribers, 13 more to go, and the number 71 JDRF machine is gonna come out to play for one race. Man, I am kind of looking forward to that because it looks like it's gonna happen. I'm extremely excited, and I can't thank everybody enough for coming out, liking our video, subscribing. Really appreciate that. Man, it's going to be fun tonight. We got a bunch of race teams out there. I think we'll probably talk about that a little bit tonight. And obviously we're going to be talking about the special race we've got coming up tonight. But right now we still have a couple out there qualifying, so we don't want to miss that. Looks like Joshua Spalding took over the pole so far. So T. Roy Radford bumped down. Whether or not that he gets bumped down anymore, we will see.
That's one thing, Chris. Last week's winner, Joshua Spalding, in the number 9 car. He's got a new paint scheme for tonight that he's starting to run, themed off of one of Awesome Bill from Dawsonville's cars. It's a great looking paint job. We do have to remember to bring him up and give him an interview there because we didn't get a chance to last week.
Hey, you want to do that right now? He's not qualifying.
We can do that now, yeah.
Joshua Spalding, you got Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Josh Spalding, hey bud, last week you kind of got robbed a little bit, so we have to apologize. we wanted to congratulate you on the air with your win. You know, obviously it's not the same night, but how did that win feel for you?
You know, I was thinking I could prepare for this a little bit, but I forgot. The race, it went well. I started in the back and kind of rode back there and dodged a few wrecks to start. Kept the car clean, and was in the right position when a yellow came out and took advantage of the track position, and the car was really good and clean air, and just kind of tried to lead as many as I can and stay up front. Worked out.
Well, that's awesome, bud. Congratulations. I know they're getting ready to grid down there, so I know you want to hop in your car. Congratulations on the pole, and good luck tonight. You are down with the Rad Motorsports crew, correct?
Yes, sir. Race
All right,
against
buddy.
drunk drive.
Excellent. Hey, listen, good luck tonight, buddy, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that is it. We're getting ready to kick off the grid. Man, I am anticipating one heck of a good race here tonight. We've got people chatting in the stream already. Guys, thank you very much for coming out and watching. Really appreciate that. I've got my best bud Rick up here in the booth with me. We've got 25 drivers right now on the server. I'm not sure if they're all going to take green or not, but 25. That's a pretty awesome car count. Man, I am getting ready, and you see it right there, the number 9 car from the old, well, what did you say it was, Rick? The awesome...
It's the awesome build from Dawsonville. Throwback scheme is what he's doing it with. He has, it looks like, I'm going to totally kill it, but it is a Ford dealership that is on the side of that, Chris. It's a really cool paint job, so it's pretty cool to see out there.
That is pretty cool. And you're only killing it because you had to say the word Ford.
I know. So we got a big field tonight. You want to go through the starting grid now before they start taking off?
Well, I don't know. What do you think? I think we probably better.
I think we better. We're big. We're in Texas where everything's bigger, man. So let's do this big.
Here we go. Go ahead and take it away, bud.
Alrighty, Chris. Looks like right now Joshua Spalding, number 9, is got the pole winner, the Racing for a Cause pole award tonight, with a lap of 27.937. Next to him is T. Roy Radford in the number 94. The next group is going to be Jason Fluffy Garrett in the 73 in 3rd, Ryan Nolan in 4th, Dustin German qualified 5th, Chris Mefford 6th, Tommy Q, Tom Fottlebaum in the number 34 car 7th, Andrew Hill is 8th, Steve Baker in the 55, he's got a new paint scheme also, he qualified 9th, Justin McDuff 10th, AJ Hamill in the 14 car 11th, Devin Cannon in the 08, 12th, Ryan Hacker 13th, Earl Simpson in the 07 car 14th, Craig Bristol 15th, Scott Noslin in that 33 school car 16th place, Justin Pinnell JP in the 60 car 17th, Rick Greenaway 18th, Andy Lambert 19th, Hilton T. Young 20th, Patrick Smith 21st. And the guys who didn't qualify, Junior Smith is in the 22nd position, Gerald West in 23rd, Jason Kinzer in 24th, and rounding out the field, Brian Beach in the number 18, 25th. A little faster than you're clicking, I'm sure. I'm sorry about that. I just want to make sure we got them all in this week.
No, we got them all, and we are going live right now here at Texas Motor Speedway. 100 laps for the Interstate. 100, here we go now.
You guys got a really good takeoff, Chris. They're really 2x2. There's a little bit going on 3 wide, but they're starting to fan out now as Josh Spalding, the number 9 car, he is moving, but he's got the fluffy one, number 73, Jason Garrett, looking on his outside.
Jason Garrett in the 73, looking to take outside. Meanwhile, Joshua Spalding leading him around. Dustin German in the 28 car. He's 3rd place. T. Roy Radford 4th. He's on the outside. Inside, Ryan Nolan just taking 4th away from him now. Chris Mefford in the 44. He's running 6th. Jason McDuff, he's running 7th. Andrew Hill, 8th. Steve Baker in that new paint scheme in the 55. He's running in 9th place. Devin Canyon in the 08 car. He is rounding out your top 10. So things are happening. They're nose to tail most of the way around the track. But you look at the 78 car. 78 car, Ryan Nolan, he's trying to make hay, and he's moving up on Fluffy right now.
Yeah, he's going to make that pass, Chris. That inside line seems like the place they want to go. Now, one thing these guys have to remember, that these tires are not going to last for very long. Texas is very hard on the tire, especially after the new tire model in this build. We're looking anywhere between 5 and 10 laps before them tires go away. So now's a good time to try to make some moves if you're going to make them, and go from there.
I want to send a thank you out to all the viewers out there watching Racing for a Cause TV. We're watching the 1997 K&N Throwback Series put on by Racing for a Cause. We've got 100 laps of action coming at you tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. I'm your host, Chris. Along with me tonight, Rick, and we are watching the start of one excellent race.
These guys have really done a good job, Chris. They're pretty much nose to tail now. There's a couple guys further back in the pack that are racing for position right now. But as of right now, the leaders, they're all just nose to tail doing what they can do. Ryan Nolan can't even almost see that number 9 car, Joshua Spalding. He is going so fast.
And we're taking a peek in on the 77 car, Andrew Hill, just ahead of him in the 14, AJ Hamill just behind him in the 08. We've got Devin Cannon. So, again, we've got a little action right in that mid-group pack. Looks like Devin Cannon is under fire by Brian Hacker in the 11. The 11 car with the inside line, and Devin Cannon shuts the door on him, so Brian Hacker's got to wait again. Back down to the inside, putting the pressure on.
Oh yeah, Brian's definitely letting Devin Cannon know that he is there, and he's ready for him to make a mistake so he can make a nice clean pass there. Probably going to try to go on the inside there. Justin Pinnell, Craig Bristol are doing a little bit of side-by-side racing as JP and that Dish Network Susan G. Coleman Chevrolet makes that pass there, Chris.
You saw it live right there. JP goes ahead of Craig Bristol. Craig Bristol sporting the Goodwin Chevrolet paint scheme, that number 89 car. Just behind him in the 34, you've got Tom Quattlebaum Jr. That's the Cat car. Behind them, you've got Pat Smith in the 75 car. Looking good, looking clean out there. Just trying to click off some laps. That's what you're trying to do when you have a 100-lap event. So far, we've nailed 7 of them. Make that 8 of 100. Pretty clean racing so far. Back up front, Josh Spalding, your man in that 9 car, has a 9/10 of a second gap on the second place runner. That's T. Roy Radford in the 94 car. Fluffy Garrett, Ryan Nolan with a heck of a battle for third right now.
Fluffy's not done yet. He wants to get that GMR Motorsports Autism car Greenway production. He wants to get up front there as soon as he can, as he did make that pass on Ryan Nolan in the 78. So Fluffy is sitting in third place right now.
Jason Garrett using that white line to make that car turn. That can either help you or bite you. Right now it is helping him as he got around Ryan Nolan in the 78 car. Back in 5th place, you've got Chris Mefford, kind of all alone back there, but Dustin German in the 28 car, he's trying to catch him. He's going to see if he can put some pressure on. And behind Dustin German, you've got the 55 car, again, that new paint scheme of Steve Baker, and that's where the pack starts up again.
Yep, these guys doing a really good job, Chris. Steve Baker's probably hoping for a little help there from AJ Hamill on the number 14 Interstate Batteries car. Today's race sponsor. It's good to see that car out on the track. Throw back to old Bobby Labonte.
Again, this is a big track at a mile and a half. You've got 20 degree banking on one end, 24 degree banking on the other, I believe, if I remember correctly. Man, that's speed all around this track.
This is a really fun track to race too, Chris. You can almost stay in the throttle for most of it. There is a little bit where you got to back off, especially as these tires wear. Turn 2 seems to be the worst when you're coming off. You can slide the car, so these guys got to be careful as we start hitting 12 laps. These tires are getting worn, but they're doing a great job so far. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Rowdy, what we're hearing is the pit window is, 30 to 35, and it really kind of depends on how you're driving the car. Certainly the draft is going to affect that a little bit too. I think what you're going to find is tires are going to be cutting out about 2/3 of the way through a race run. So
we're going to have to see what's more important to these guys. Is it going to be fuel or is it going to be tires? As you see the 78 car, Ryan Nolan, dashing down to the inside of Fluffy Garrett in that 73, trying to take third place away from him again.
Right now I'm watching the number 33 school car, Scott Noslin, Chris, back in 18th position now. He just took 18th away from Patrick Smith, I believe. Patrick fell back a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what happened. His car looks clean. I'm not sure if he just got a little slick and decided to back off a little bit to save his car. But these guys are racing good back here, starting with Andy Lambert, Brian Beach, Scott Noslin, and Patrick Smith.
Andy Lambert making a comeback. Oh, we have the 11 car. The 11 car is around. Brian Hacker around and on fire. We've got an early barbecue here as we lap 15 going to caution. And caution flags will be a little bit longer because we are on a 1.5 mile track. So it takes them a little bit to get around. As you see, Josh Spalding up front. Probably at this point, tires. That's what I'm thinking. You got 100 laps. You've done 15. You kind of have an idea of what the car feels like and what's going to happen. Can't imagine. Maybe people will stay out, but my bet, everybody comes down pit road. What do you think?
I definitely think everyone's going to come down pit road, Chris. We're getting close to that fuel window. I mean, they do have about another 15 or so laps that they can do, but turn 2, as Brian Hacker was exiting, getting onto the backstretch, he did slide up, hit the wall, and that's what caused that accident there. Kind of unfortunate, but yeah, these guys are definitely going to be going in probably for 4 new tires and some Sunoco racing fuel. Pack it in.
This will decide it right now. What's Joshua Spalding going to do? He is below that commitment cone, so he's coming down pit road right now. Everybody piling in, trying to get every advantage they can. And we'll keep it with the leader right now, Josh Spalding in that 09 car. And take a nice good look at that front end, the 355 cubic inch engine of Josh Spalding. Definitely having a huge impact tonight. As you see, he overshot pit road just a little bit, had to back it up. That may be just enough to cost him the lead. We'll find out here in just a moment. And it does not. In fact, he's able to hold on to that lead, and it looks like Jason Garrett's going to be coming out behind him. So T-Roy Radford looks like he's coming out way behind. So he lost a lot of positions out there on pit road. T-Roy not going to be happy with his pit crew. Maybe going to have to fire that right rear tire changer. All alone up front, Tom Quattlebaum Jr. in that cat car did not come down pit road. Gonna be on old tires unless he decides to come down this time by. I don't know if he's gonna be daring enough to do that. That's a tough call. And it looks like he's gonna do it. He's gonna stay out. Tom Quattlebaum Jr. pulling the big no thank you to the pits.
I think he's probably counting on another caution here, Chris. As we know, cautions breed cautions. We'll see what happens here when these guys, but right now that is a gutsy move by Tom Quattlebaum Jr. in that number 34 Caterpillar car. We'll see what happens here. He's getting close to the end of the fuel run, and he's maybe halfway or so through that tank. We'll see what happens. It's going to be definitely interesting on this restart.
A little bit of damage to the back end of that 34 car. You see it right there. Right in the middle, kind of dinged in, and that spoiler also dinged in. That could definitely cause an issue. Hello, George Gibbs Jr. Thank you very much for coming by tonight. We are definitely here to talk. We've got 100 laps here at Texas Motor Speedway that we're going to be watching. And man, so far it has been exciting.
That it definitely has, Chris. As the lights are off on the pace car, so this time by that pace car is going to be making that hard left turn down into pit road, and these guys can start the race as soon as that car is off the racing surface. So it's going to be interesting to see what Joshua Spalding can do with Tom Quattlebaum Jr. in that number 34 car, who is the race leader right now but has not pit.
Tommy Q taking him down. The pace car is getting ready to take that. There it is, hard left hand turn. Tom Q puts the hammer down. The 34 cat car takes off. Joshua Spalding caught a little bit on that restart, but Tommy Q, he's on old tires. It'll be interesting to see how long he can hold off. Right now, Fluffy Garrett putting on all kinds of pressure. Tom Q decides better of it. Drops way down low. Probably the best thing he could have done right there. Good job by him. Really appreciate that. That's good driving, good awareness. He knew he didn't have the speed and got out of the way. Fluffy Garrett in the 73 takes the lead. Josh Spalding a close second just on the outside. Chris Mefford in the 44 car. He's watching the exchange right now.
He really wants to see these guys racing out a little bit, Chris, just so that way Chris Mefford can try to make a pass on them and try to catch up a little bit. But right now, Josh Spalding, that number 9 car, is the race leader. Fluffy Garrett moves down into second.
Fluffy not having much to do for Josh Spalding here tonight. Josh Spalding absolutely hammered down. Jason Garrett did, though, get 1 lead lap, so that means he's got his bonus. We go back into the field. You see the 55 car starting to put some pressure on Mefford. That's Steve Baker in the 55, all over the 44, taking that position away as they go around the corner. On the outside, T. Roy Radford in the 94 trying to do the same thing.
Give it another lap or a half lap, and I think T. Roy's going to be able to cross Mefford's nose there to get into that lead. Andrew Hill notices what's going on. He moves up in the 77, and Brian Hacker's right there, and a couple of other cars also.
All of a sudden, the outside line seems to be the way to go, and maybe it is with fresh tires. We'll see what happens in a couple of laps when the tires start to fade, but right now the outside is moving. Chris Mefford did get past once, but was able to hold off the 77 car, Andrew Hill. Right behind him, he's got Dustin German in the 28 car, though, so Chris Mefford feeling the pressure on the inside. He's feeling the pressure on the outside, trying to hold on to it. We take a look at the Interstate batteries, number 14. He's just kind of following Andrew Hill right now. Back a little further, you've got the 8 car, the 08 car, Devin Cannon, and the 86 of Gerald West. Gerald West way inside trying to take that position away. Doing a great job in that 86 car tonight. Right behind him, that's Justin McDuff in the Quaker State number 6 car. Another great throwback car right there.
It looks like Justin McDuff and Hilton T. Young in that 37. They might try to work together a little bit, try to catch up, maybe pass these guys here, but Gerald West is not going to have any of it right now. He's just kind of holding that inside line, Chris. Got Devin Cannon, the 08, up above him, so where are they going to go? They go down low right now. Devin Cannon moves back 1 position as the 86 Gerald West makes that pass almost complete. He's still got, no, there it goes right there.
The 86 car, Gerald West, putting the pass down on Devin Cannon. Devin just watched him go. He didn't have anything for him when he was on the outside. Tires starting to go away. The inside line is going to become the preferred line once again.
Chris Mefford's in a big mess right now, Chris. He's got the 28 of Dustin German on his inside. He's got Andrew Hill in the 77 car right behind him as he starts to move down, but he wasn't able to do it because the Interstate batteries number 14 of AJ Hamill is there to stop him.
Cars scooting all around this track right now. You can tell they're on fresher tires. It's probably going to settle down here in about 5 more laps, but right now, fresh tires, they're feeling like Superman. As you see, the 86 car, Gerald West, takes a very aggressive line on the inside. That forces the 14 car, AJ Hamill, to the outside as he's crying for position right now, the 86 car.
Up front, Chris, looks like the 73 of Fluffy Garrett has made the pass for the lead. He's got Joshua Spalding in the 9 car, but right behind him, that's Fluffy's teammate, T. Roy Radford, in that number 94 Kidney Foundation car. We'll see what happens here.
Jason Garrett taking the lead here at Texas, and he's starting to pull away a little bit as the gap right now, 0.4 of a second, back to T. Roy Radford in that 94 car. The action heating up all over the track. These guys are doing a fantastic job tonight, keeping their lines, staying out of trouble. And this is not the track that I was hearing about earlier, where it gets really loose.
We got a caution out, Chris.
Caution on the track. That is the 24 car, Rick Greenaway Jr. Unfortunate incident there from Rick Greenaway Let's see if we can find out just what happened to Rick Greenaway in that 24 car. See if it'll let me. Okay, well, it's not going to let me, so back live we go.
And it seems like iRacing might have a little bit of an issue here, Chris, as trying to figure out what was going on there.
Well, either way, you see it right there. That Autism 24 car has seen better days, and that's unfortunate. Greeny was definitely thinking he had a top 10 car tonight, and up to that point, I didn't doubt him one bit. You see a tire mark on the left side door. I don't know if that's what started it or not, but you see the leaders coming in once again for pits.
I'm wondering also, Chris, if Greeny might have blinked out there for a minute, because my camera doesn't go. I mean, I see him, then he disappears, and I'm not exactly sure. So that'll be interesting to find out from Greeny what happened there. Definitely want to thank all the viewers out there that are watching here tonight. Welcome Monday night, K&N Throwback Series here at Racing for a Cause. You're watching live on Racing for a Cause TV. If you haven't yet, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down. If there's something wrong with the stream, let us know how we sound. Let us know in the comments if there's anything that we could be doing better. And if you haven't yet, very important, if you haven't, click that big red rectangular subscribe button. Please do so now. That way you're going to be able to get notifications of whenever we go live.
I don't know exactly what happened there, but Fluffy Garrett in the 73 car was not in the pits very long. Like, not very long at all. I did not see tires go on. I'm not even sure that he had fuel put in. I'm not positive exactly what he did. It's going to be interesting to find out. Right now, though, you're looking at Pat Smith, your current leader. Pat Smith looking to lead a lap here under caution, get his bonus points. And Rowdy Johnson brings up a very, very good point. Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday night, Racing for a Cause Late Model Series coming to you live here again on Racing for a Cause TV. Come on out and watch us, man. We're having a good time with that series, as we are with this one. Rick and I up here having fun. The guys down the track doing all the work. And we get to sit back and watch all the action.
Definitely. This Wednesday night, June 21st. Same time, same channel, Chris. The drivers are going to be heading out to Las Vegas to the Bull Ring for some night racing. 150 laps on that track that is new, somewhat new to iRacing, definitely new to our league. This will be the first time that we actually really run it in a super official race, so it's going to be interesting there. 150 laps, man, that's going to be a good time.
150 laps at the Bull Ring. I'm tired already just thinking about it. My goodness gracious. I want to thank you again, all the viewers. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. It wouldn't mean anything if you weren't here. So we really appreciate you stopping by, giving us a like, giving us a share, and probably even more important than that, giving us a subscribe. If you haven't heard, if we hit 100 subscribers, guess what? That means I dust off the 71 JDRF machine for one race and one race only this season. I will bring that car into a race somehow or another. Rick and I will figure it out how to broadcast, and man, it's going to be something else, and I can't wait to do it, because that means that we have reached 100 people, enough to have them push that red rectangular sign that says subscribe. But Rick, guess what, everybody? We're getting ready to go back green flag racing as the cars have 2x2 and the pace lights are off.
It's going to be interesting to see what Patrick Smith does here, Chris. If he's just going to lead a lap and do kind of what Tommy Q did there in the cat car, or if he's really going to try to race hard and try to stay there. It's going to be interesting to see. We know that he's not going to have enough fuel to go as far as these guys that have taken fuel in that last pit stop, and definitely the tires are going to be a concern. So we'll definitely want to keep an eye on that.
And the pace car drops down to the left. And Pat Smith and that 75 car takes off. Big fat Pat McSwain heading off. But he's on old tires. We're going to see how long this lead will last. Dustin German in a 28 shoots out of the hole. Takes over second position. Josh Spalding on the outside. Now settles back into third. Josh Spalding in third. Steve Baker, your fourth place car in the 55. Behind him, the 44. That's Chris Mefford, the 77 car. Andrew Hill behind him. A.J. Himmel in the 14. He's running 7th. The 86 car, Gerald West, running 8th. The 08 car running 9th. That's Devin Cannon. And kind of quiet tonight, the 78 car, Ryan Nolan, actually just took position over Devin Cannon. So they swap position. Oh, you see the 75 car. The 75 car into the wall. Patrick Smith. And he's taking out a couple others with him. Oh, no. Pat Smith, Justin Pinnell, Andy Lambert, chain reaction. That one we're going to take a peek at.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see there what happened to Patrick Smith. I know that Dustin German in the 28 car was able to get around him pretty easy there, Chris, as we're going on. Next thing you know, Patrick just started moving back. I saw him bounce up off the wall, and then that happened.
We're watching it right now. Pat Smith trying to maintain his line on those older tires. Kind of scoots out high. It looks like it pushed hard into the wall, and that kind of caused a chain reaction both up front and in the back. Steve Baker involved, Justin Pinnell involved, Andy Lambert involved. A lot of cars tore up right there. And we go back live. Right now, your leader in the 9 car, that's Joshua Spalding, reassuming the position up front. Dustin German, second. Chris Mefford, third. I don't expect a pit stop. We just got off from one.
I think we'll see a few cars come down. Obviously, the ones that were involved in that accident, Chris, if they're still able to run, they're not barbecuing all over the track there. Of course, down here in Texas, barbecue's big, but these guys definitely did not want to do this right now. That is unfortunate right now. We'll see what happens.
So far, we've had 8 lead changes in 35 laps. 3 cautions, just 7 laps. So a very clean race to this point. But man, when the accidents happen here at Texas, it's so fast. It collects people. And that's a shame for some drivers out there. You see the 34 car, Tom Quattlebaum Jr. coming out of pit road right now. Scott Noslin in the 33 coming out of pit road. Let's see if we can get a better shot here. Steve Baker down on pit road. Craig Bristol is out on track in that 89 car. Looks like he's getting his lap back. Patrick Smith sitting on pit road. JP had a good run going on pit road. Andy Lambert, good run on pit road. So tough night. What a turn of action right there as we go back out onto the track.
While these guys go around, Chris, I want to talk really quick about what we got going on in August. We have the Dog Days 250. It's going to be a special event here at Racing for a Cause. It's going to start on the 3rd. We're going to do some qualifying runs. On the 4th, we're going to have the super late models at Bristol at night. Open setups. It's going to be a good time. There is a $10 entry fee. There's a guaranteed $100 winner purse that will be split between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and the charities of their cause, or the cause of their, wow, I can't talk tonight, the charity of their pick, and it's going to be a good time there.
Yes, it will. Again, that's coming to us in August. More information as we get a little closer. There is a website. We're just kind of trying to put the capper on that so we can start getting people registered for that. $10, a small price to pay. A lot of money going to charity that night. If you have iRacing and like to race, let's try and get into it. That'll be awesome. Love to make some money for some great charities out there doing great work for people who really need it. And just like that, we've got a mile and a half to go before this track goes green again. The pace lights are off on the pace car. Cars are going 2 by 2, getting ready to go back green flag racing. The leader right now, Josh Spalding, in that number 9 car, has led 24 laps of 37 so far. So Josh Spalding so far dominating, although he has not been as dominant as last week, as people have been able to get around him here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yep, starting right next to Josh Spalding, the number 9 car is going to be the number 28 of Dustin German. He's hungry. He's looking for a win here in the K&N Series to take over Texas. Chris Mefford in the 44, sitting third. Chris. Andrew Hill in the 77, fourth. A.J. Hamill has moved up to 5th place in that number 14 Interstate Batteries car. Gerald West going to be down there in 6th place. Devin Cannon, the 08 in 7th. Ryan Nolan in the 78 is 8th. Justin McDuff in the 6th is 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is T. Roy Radford in that number 94 car.
Pace car dips down into pit lane, and Joshua Spalding in the 9 car takes off like a shot. The 44 car, Chris Mefford, follows him right out of the hole. He's trying for 2nd place.
Pretty good battles on the way back there. Chris, everyone was sitting there side by side, 2 by 2. The leaders have finally decided to go nose to tail to see if they can put a little bit of space in between them and the lead pack down there. We got a car that's spoke way down low. Looks like that might be T. Roy Radford in that number 94 car trying to get back up front.
Yeah, Troy Radford on 94 with a really aggressive move down low. I don't know if he thought there was going to be a problem or what, but man, what a move down he had. And it looks like he's going to move himself into 9th place. Troy Radford in the 94 kidney car. Just in front of him, Ryan Nolan has 8th place under control. Devin Cannon in the 08, he's running 7th, but he's under fire right now as Ryan Nolan scoots down below, trying to take position away. That's the 78 car, Ryan Nolan, battling the 08 car.
I'm sure as they come into this corner, he's going to have no problem. But right now, somebody just closed the door on him. That would be Dustin German, the number 28 car, Chris. He does make the pass on Devin Cannon, but they're not quite clear yet, and we'll see what happens.
And just then, you see Dustin German move up just about a half a row, and that's all that Ryan Nolan needed. As he sticks his nose down low again, he's going to try and go around Dustin German here. And it looks like he is it's so close. Dustin doing a really good job fighting him off on the outside, but Ryan Nolan around him, and behind them both, Troy Radford. Troy Radford now under Dustin German in the 28 car.
Looking at the number 55 Mission 22 Rad Racing car, Steve Baker. He's under fire by Hilton Young right now in the number 37 car. We'll see what happens there. Another Cure Diabetes car that Hilton Young is running in the number 37. We love to see those causes out there on those paint schemes. Want to thank Mr. Young for running that paint for Outlaw Motorsports, as he finally says, I'm not going to try to push Steve too hard. We'll just try to hang back here and see what happens.
And up front, Chris Mefford takes the lead, and already with a 0.3 of a second lead over Josh Spalding. Josh Spalding gave up the lead to Chris Mefford, and Chris Mefford running away with it now. A.J. Hamill in that 14 car. That's your top 3. Mefford, Spalding, Hamill. Behind them, Gerald West in that 86 car, having a great night so far. Andrew Hill up top. Andrew with his teammate coming down below him. Ryan Nolan trying to pass that 77 car, his teammate. And he does. Ryan Nolan takes over 5th place.
I figured Ryan Nolan would have stayed there with his teammate Chris for a little bit, but maybe they just talked, said, look, you're a little faster, move right around me, and I'll just draft off you for a little while, see what we can do. But who's going to put a wrench in that? That's going to be the number 94 of T. Roy Radford. We're going to see what happens here as Troy moves on to the inside of the 77 of Andrew Hill. Chris looking for a pass. He's getting right up behind Ryan Nolan, and it looks like he is going to clear that pass right now to move up.
Ryan Nolan with another aggressive move right now on the 14 car, A.J. Hamill. Ryan Nolan goes around A.J. Hamill that time, scored 4th, and yeah, JP, we saw that, but it doesn't look like you had any barbecue sauce on that wall. Down in Texas, they eat clams too, and tonight Ryan Nolan on a mission trying to get his car up front where it has not been yet tonight. Ryan Nolan pushing that 78 car.
Hilton T. Young, number 37, did make the pass finally on 55 with Steve Baker, Chris, but right behind them, Scott Noslin has a mirror full of cars trying to figure out what's going on. And it looks like Brian Beach in that number 18 car got down a little bit on the apron, but he's going to be able to make that room back there as he passes Scott Noslin in number 33 Skoal car. Right behind him, Fluffy Garrett in that 73 is going to go by Scott to see what he can do. Looks like maybe, where's Fluffy? Fluffy's a couple laps down, so he's just racing to try to get back up to the lead right now. He is the first car a lap down, sitting back there in 18th place.
Not bad. You have to go back to 18th before you find a car a lap down, and it's only one, so we'll see if we can get 19, 20 cars back on the lead lap before the end of this one, as it looks like most of the cars involved in that last accident back on track, trying to do what they can do to save this race. Every position counts, so as soon as you can get on track, it's important to do so. Meanwhile, very quietly, Gerald West and Joshua Spalding got around the 44 car, Chris Mefford. Chris Mefford in some trouble as he has fallen back right now to the 9th position. Chris Mefford had the lead and lost it. Led it for 6 laps. Now he's fallen back to 9th. And the 28 car of Dustin German puts the nail in that coffin. And yes, Chris Mefford is in 9th, followed closely right now by the 6 car, the Quaker State Motor Oil 6 car of Justin McDuff.
Looks like the tires are starting going away, Chris. So the guys that are staying up on that outside lane are losing a little bit of time as I'm looking back at Andrew Hill in the 77 Folgers car. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he moved back a little bit there. He's sitting in 8th place right now.
When it starts off with new tires, it looks like you can go anywhere on the track. As the tires wear, you need to move down because you start pushing. If you push too hard, just like JP says in chat, you'll get a taste of the wall, and it doesn't taste good without that barbecue sauce. Troy Radford got around Ryan Nolan. Troy Radford, T-Roy Radford in that 94 car has gotten around Ryan Nolan in the 78 as they start pursuing the leaders. If they go nose to tail, which they're not gonna because Ryan Nolan isn't happy where he is, Ryan Nolan scoots down to the inside trying to make a pass on T-Roy. T-Roy gonna fight him just a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna fight him too long. He's a smart enough driver to understand outside is not where you want to be with these tires.
They're doing a heck of a job right now racing side by side, Chris. It looks like Ryan Nolan is going to be able to make that pass on T-Roy, but I don't expect T-Roy to be down there too long. He's going to be fighting to get back up front.
If they go nose to tail, they may be able to catch the front too. The gap right now just about a second back to 3rd place, so they got a little catching up to do, and I believe that they can do it. Shout out to the 08 car, Devin Cannon, running a nice solid race tonight. He's running 5th right now in that 08 car. Dustin German in the 28 car, he's running 6th. AJ Hamill in that 14 Interstate Batteries car, he's running 7th. Justin McDuff in the 6 car, he got around Andrew Hill, is currently running 8th. Andrew Hill in the 77 Folgers car, running 9th. Right behind him in the 55 car, Steve Baker. Steve Baker seems to have found a little speed in that 55 car.
Andrew Hill's not happy about being back there, Chris. He's trying to make that pass on that 06 car of Justin McDuff. Looks like he might be able to clear it there as it happens. Steve Baker in the 55 Rad Racing Mission 22 car is also looking to make that pass on the 06. We'll see what happens. He's got the preferred line. He looks like he's going to get a good run and just clear him right there. He's ready to go.
You saw right there the 6 car looking to the inside, but somebody's already there. They bump a couple of times, but nobody loses any ground. Fluffy Garrett already there. The 6 car a little faster than the 55 perhaps, trying to get back around him. Jason Garrett just trying to get out of the way as he knows he's a lap down. So the best way to get a lap or get away, go faster than the others. Jason Garrett pedal down. He's out of there. Back up front, Gerald West on the 86 took over the lead. Joshua Spalding in the 9 car back to second. Ryan Nolan closing that gap under a second now to the leader. So Ryan Nolan definitely starting to make some ground up. T. Roy Radford looks like his tires are used up. He's going to wait for everybody else's to get used up and maybe fall back to him. Dustin German in the 28 car. He is currently 5th. Devin Cannon has fallen back to 6th. Still a great ride for him. Oh, just as I say that,
Troy Radford is going down into pit road, Chris, where he must be getting close to that pit window, and he's going to come in for some 4 new tires and some Sunoco racing fuel.
yes, just as I was saying that, T. Roy decides he's going to come on down for 4. T. Roy Radford in that 94 car. And back up front, Joshua Spalding back around Gerald West, take over that lead again. So Gerald West led 4 before the 9 car. Josh Spalding wanted that lead back.
Down here in the 94 pit, Chris, he took 4 tires and Sunoco racing fuel. So Troy Radford leaves pit road. He's getting back in. Right now, Gerald West, I believe the second player, race leader maybe, is coming down into the pits. Also, the 08's coming in for pits. So it looks like we're going to be doing some green flag pit stops here, Chris. This is going to get interesting.
Green flag pit stops. They can be dangerous. But you see right there, Josh Spalding, the 9 car, still out front. Ryan Nolan assumes second position. Dustin German in the 28. He's running 3rd right now. Looks like he's still up to speed, so he's not coming down pit road. And it looks like, Rick, you may have to take over for a minute because the guys in chat are telling me that turn 1 has some ice-cold beverages. And as hot as it is right now, I wouldn't mind one of those ice-cold beverages myself.
I hear you, Chris. I can definitely take over while you go grab one, my friend. Just make sure you bring me back one also.
Well, secret's out of the bag. I already have one going. So I don't have to go anywhere. I'm not missing a minute of this action tonight.
I don't blame you, Chris. This is definitely nail-biting action right now. It looks like Joshua Spalding and Ryan Nolan are still going around. They skipped pit road this time by. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're thinking, well, hey, our tires are fine. We're up front. We're just going to cruise around. It sounds like they're definitely getting off the throttle quite a bit. They're definitely conserving fuel. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it all the way, though. That's going to be the interesting call. They're going to have to come down at some point for at least some Sunoco racing fuel.
Well, I'm looking right now. It looks like Josh Spalding's last lap, 29.556. Ryan Nolan's last lap, 29.551. If you go down to one that we know is pit, that's T. Roy Radford. He was racing up front with them. T. Roy is running a 28.247. So just a second advantage right now. So the guys up front may be holding out, maybe hoping for a caution. That could put some of the competition down a lap as we have a pop-up window. I can't believe that. I apologize for those.
I got the 6 car who came down, but right now the big news, Chris, is the number 78 car, Ryan Nolan. The Clam Chowder crew, he comes down for 4 new tires and Sunoco racing fuel, so he didn't want to chance it. We'll see what happens with Joshua Spalding on number 9 car.
Yeah, Josh Spalding coming down pit road as well. Tom Quattlebaum Jr. has taken the lead. And it looks like he's going to go around the 78 car, Ryan Nolan. I don't expect that to be very long before Ryan goes right back around him with fresh tires. But Tom Quattlebaum Jr., he is leading some laps right now, as he has led the last 3, actually. Doing a great job in that cat car. And I'm happy to say I have said his name right again all night long. Behind Tom Quattlebaum Jr., you got the 86 car and the 08 car. But it looks like Tom might be setting up. I don't know if he's pit yet. It looks like he's setting up to come down pit road, perhaps. No, he stays out on track.
Yeah, he thought better of it. I'm not sure if he's just trying to save tires and figure out what's going on, Chris, but he is losing some positions. But he did get the bonus points for leading a couple laps, so I'm sure that's what he was out there for, as these guys are clearly going around him without any issues.
So the cat car, Tommy Q has the lead. Scott Noslin currently scored your second place driver in that 33 car. The gap back to him, 7/10 of a second. The 33 car, Scott Noslin, as you see him here in the picture, that's the 33 Skull Bandit car. A nice throwback scheme from 1997, Harry Gant. And as they're scored right now, your third place car, Earl Simpson in the 07. Nice job from Earl Simpson tonight. Very quietly, just snuck up to third in that National Guard, the 87 car. Fourth place, and I think the first car to come down pit road, T. Roy Radford in the 94 Kidney car. Then you got to go back a little ways further to get to the 9 car, Josh Spalding, who was leading before the green flag pit stops. The green flag pit stops, mind you, that some cars haven't taken, as things have changed up front again. The 07 car actually is coming down pit road right now. Earl Simpson coming down pit road.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing some of these guys start coming in, Chris. Thomas Quattlebaum Jr. just came in with a 34, grabbed some tires and some Sunoco racing fuel. He is going back out into the racing surface. And as you said, Earl Simpson, and I'm sure Scott Noslin will be down there shortly also.
And as the pit stops cycle through, you've got the 94 car, T. Roy Radford, assuming the lead, as he has now led a lap to get those valuable bonus points. And no, it's not too soon to be thinking points here, racing for a cause, as every race does indeed count.
I want to give a big shout out to that number 86 of Gerald West, the Louisville Cardinals car. He qualified 2030. He's sitting in 5th place right now, Chris. So good job to you, Mr. West. Did some great driving tonight. And let's see what you can do to bring her home.
Troy Radford right now scored as your number 1 driver in the points. Dustin German 2. Josh Spalding 3. So really could be a huge night. Every point truly does matter for Troy Radford tonight, as if he messes up just a little bit, there are a couple of cars right behind looking to take advantage.
One of those definitely. The number 9 of Josh Spalding. He is looking for that position again, Chris. He's led so many laps here. He feels comfortable. He just needs to get a little interval fix there. He's coming though. He's definitely going to be catching up to Troy here shortly.
Yeah, right now the gap 2.4 seconds from Troy Radford back to Josh Spalding, and it is closing now down to 2-3. So T. Roy with a short pit got some early speed. That's definitely helped him out on track. We're gonna have to see if that'll continue. If the tires don't even out here pretty soon, Josh Spalding will catch T. Roy Radford in that 94 car and probably pass him.
It's definitely going to be interesting, Chris. We're heading into lap 74 here. While these guys have cycled through their green flag and they're just trying to catch up to each other here, I want to give a big shout out to the viewers tonight that are watching. Thanks for coming out on this Monday night to watch the Racing for a Cause K&N Throwback Series take on Texas Motor Speedway down in Fort Worth, Texas. Want to also give a shout out to T. Roy Radford's dad. I know he's watching, possibly his mom too. Ray, very big supporters here at Racing for a Cause. They're fairly active on, different on our website and stuff like that, letting us know that they appreciate what we do. And also to AJ Hamill's dad and uncle, I know that they're fans. So I want to give a shout out to you guys. You guys are all fabulous coming in here every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays when we host the TRRL League. On Friday nights, we are off this week, but we will be picking them up again next Friday. Not this Friday coming, but the Friday after. So I want to say thank you for all the thumbs up there. Let us know how we sound, how everything's going. Bucky Bird, there he is right there. Bucky, the main man over at the TRRL, that's the Thunder Road Racing League. Lucky Burt Challenge, Friday nights. If you guys are looking for a league to drive in, that's the one. They do trucks and Xfinity double headers on Friday nights, so definitely look them up on Facebook. Check them out on iRacing. Good bunch of drivers and guys over there.
Yeah, real good people. Bucky's good to see you, bud. Glad you were able to, I don't know, get out of work? I thought you were sleeping by this point in the night. So really interested to see you out there. That's cool, man. Good to see you out there. And thanks for stopping by Texas Motor Speedway tonight as we're watching 100 laps tick off. We're at lap 77, and they're happening pretty quick on this mile-and-a-half oval.
They really have, Chris. Long green flag runs, that's what these guys want. They're definitely doing it tonight. They're proving that they deserve to be here, that they're good drivers. And we're thankful for all our drivers here at Racing for a Cause. They come in here week in, week out. They support us. They bring the causes out to the track, Chris, and that's what it's all about. We're not just a racing league here at Racing for a Cause. We are a family. So these guys are just great, and we really appreciate it. As Joshua Spalding in the number 9 car, Chris, he is catching T. Roy Radford in that 94 car. He looks on the outside. We're going to see what happens here. Looks
Troy.
like Joshua Spalding is going to take that lead.
Yeah, Troy Radford absolutely had nothing for Josh Spalding at that point. You can tell who's on the fresher tires. That may equal out, or Troy's going to find himself in trouble here.
It's going to be interesting, Chris. If Joshua Spalding in that number 9 car, the throwback to Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, if he wins tonight, he's going to be the first back-to-back race winner here at Racing for a Cause in the K&N Series. That is awesome.
Bucky, it's good to see you, bud. Hope you have a great night. Good luck going to sleep, man.
Interesting, Chris. T. Roy Radford in the number 94 Kidney Foundation car just headed down pit road.
We're looking at it right now, Rick. T. Roy Radford in that 94 car decided enough is enough. I need 4 new tires, and I need them now. He's coming down pit road. We may not be done pitting, actually, now that I think about it. My goodness, this could be huge.
This is definitely going to mix up the field here, Chris. T. Roy came down. It looks like the 08. Devin Cannon came down. There's a few other cars as we're seeing. Gerald West in that 86 car, he's taking off pit road. Steve Baker in the 55 Rad Racing Mission 22 car also leaving pit road.
Lots of cars coming down pit road. That kind of tells you something. It kind of tells you that just about everybody's going to need to come down. Now the question becomes, Josh Spalding, Ryan Nolan, they were out there for quite a long time before they came into pit road. Did they get themselves into a different window?
That's going to be the question of the hour, Chris, as these guys head down through. Joshua Spalding's on the radio right now. I'm not exactly sure what he is saying, but he might be telling Tommy Q, hey, listen, give me a little bit of room because in the next lap or two I am coming down pit road. Let's see what he does here as he exits turn 4. He is going to be bypassing pit road, it looks like, as he's putting some pressure onto Chris Mepford in the number 44, somebody who I really haven't talked about too much tonight. Makes that pass nice and clean on the outside there, swoops down. As we're seeing some other cars just coming off pit road, this is going to be one interesting finish, Chris.
Rowdy Johnson asking, where's the commercial? And Rowdy, I got to tell you, bud, we ain't got time for no commercials. The action here, way too good, as it looks like, oh my goodness, we're under yellow. We're under yellow.
That's going to throw a big wrench into things, Chris. I'm trying to find out what car maybe caused that yellow. I'm not exactly sure. I got somebody barbecuing. It might be Fluffy Garrett in the 73 car. Nope. Who else is driving a car like his? I'm showing the number 24 car of Rick Greenaway barbecuing once again.
Rick Greenaway trying to come out and save his night, but it is not meant to be. Throw a sausage on the top of that intake manifold. It's hot enough to cook them. Oh my goodness. Rick Greenaway cooking that motor once again. That 24 car, who I thought was going to be a top 10 car tonight, having all kinds of bad luck, bringing out the caution once again, that 24.
Want to give a big shout out to Timothy Hale. Tim, the number 00 car, driver here at Racing for a Cause. It's good for you to come out here tonight, buddy. It's good to see you. Hope it's well. Sorry that you're not out on the track tonight, but we look forward to seeing you Wednesday at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas.
And Rick, this is exactly what I was talking about. You're going to have cars coming out on fresh tires, you're going to have a bunch of cars that were a lap down, not because they were a lap down on track, but because they had already come into pit. Oh my goodness, this is going to be messy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting here, Chris. If I remember correctly, T. Roy Radford, the number 94 Kidney Foundation car, he came in about 5 or 6 laps ago, so it's going to be really interesting to see. We've heard from some drivers that the tires will go away anywhere between 5 and 10 laps if they're really racing hard. So this is really going to throw a big mix-up into the standings here. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Well, Rowdy Johnson, you wanted it, you got it. Here comes a Dog Days commercial. And just like that, we're back, and we got to try and sort this field out. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Josh Spalding right there, the number 9 car. That is your leader. And you see there are a bunch of cars in front of him.
And it's going to be interesting to see how this field pans out, Chris. Right now, Thomas Quattlebaum Jr. in the number 34 Caterpillar car. He is the first car behind the pace car. He is showing on my screen, on my scoring screen, as 8th place. So we're going to have to figure out what goes on here. But I just want to give a quick shout out and thank you to Rick Greenaway over at Greenaway Productions for that awesome commercial for the Dog Days 250 that we'll be hosting here, Racing for a Cause. Down in August, it's going to start August 3rd with qualifying. August 4th is going to be the race, Super Late Models Bristol. It's going to be 250 laps under the lights down there at the Great Coliseum. It's going to be a good time. And as these cars, the lights on the pace car finally go off, these cars are going to go around. So we're going to get our starting order here, Chris. This is going to be really interesting as we're going to be hitting around lap 87 here.
Yeah, and I do want to thank Greeny. Check him out on Greenaway Productions on Facebook. He does a great job. He does all of our commercials for us, all of our cut clips. The guy just has that ability. So if you're looking for something to get done, graphics-wise or commercial-wise, check him out. Rick Greenaway on Facebook, Greenaway Productions. I'm sure he would love to hear from you. But we get back to the action here at Texas Motor Speedway. You see the lights off on the pace car. You see the number 9 car, Joshua Spalding, to his outside, the 28 car, Dustin Germain. German on the inside second row, the 78 car, Ryan Nolan. On the outside, the 14 Interstate Batteries car, AJ Hamill. And rounding out your top 5, that Quaker State number 6, Justin McDuff, with a great run so far tonight. Earl Simpson, he's running that 07 Nationwide car. And then you've got the 77 car. The 77 car is not showing up on my list. That's odd. Well, it's Andrew Hill, as maybe my list hasn't updated completely yet, but Andrew Hill showing right there in that 77 car. Boy, that was kind of weird. It's almost like
they're having a little bit of issue here, so the race officials have decided to throw the yellow flag out one more time just to get these cars figured out, Chris. But yeah, you're right. I'm looking at Andrew Hill in the number 77 car right now. He is the first car one lap down. He is in 15th position.
Wow. So my standings are completely off then. That's the only one I know for sure, and the only one I'm comfortable is the first 2 rows. Josh Spalding, Dustin German, Ryan Nolan, AJ Hamill, and I guess I can throw Ryan McDuff in there too. I'm pretty sure the top 5 solid. After that, it's kind of a little bit of a mess until iRacing catches up with it. Right now, I'm showing T. Roy Radford back in 11th place, so it'll be interesting to see how this all sorts itself out here. And this is just, hey, it's iRacing. There's not much we can do about this one. As we get ready to go green flag racing again, lap 88 of 100, that pace car is getting ready to take a hard left-hand turn.
What's going to be really interesting, Chris, we have a lot of big names in the top 5, and a little further back is Justin Spalding. Boy, we're being terrible time. Joshua Spalding. Josh Spalding, the number 9 car, got a really good restart, Chris. Got there in front of the 28 of Dustin German. AJ Hamill's back there. He's battling with the clam chowder king himself, Ryan Nolan.
Yeah, Rick. Ryan Nolan with a nice inside move right there. Ryan Nolan trying to take over 3rd place. Everybody up here on pretty fresh tires, which means, as we've seen, inside outside it don't really matter. You see the 6 car with a big power move over Chris Mefford. The 6 car Justin McDuff with a big inside move. And he's looking to follow right now. He's looking to follow the 78 car, Ryan Nolan. Ryan Nolan with a little, just got a little bit tight. And that sends him flying. The 6 car flying. Oh no, Ryan Nolan coming back out on track. So far, nobody's hit him. Ryan Nolan, wow, that was close. Brings out the yellow flag, but no damage. Ryan Nolan, that could have been bad.
That definitely could have been bad, man, Chris. Drivers did a really good job. They're really situational awareness, going crazy out there on the track tonight. As we saw the 86 of Gerald West make the pass. Brian Beach was there. Tom Quattlebaum Jr. That was crazy. Good job on all of them. Unfortunate for Mr. Nolan. We'll see what happens here.
Wow, that was some exciting action, man. That was crazy. But at the same time, it kind of shuffles the pack again.
This is the kind of racing I expect down here in Texas Motor Speedway, Fort Worth, Texas. I believe it's Denton County, if I remember correctly, Chris. I like all the NASCAR tracks. Who am I kidding? Anything that's just Speedway is what I like. But this track is a really fast track. It's really fun to drive. I love driving it in the trucks, and I also love driving it in the open wheel of Dallara. It's just a really fabulous track. The K&N cars, the A-Cup cars, they all do good here. It's kind of a tricky, it's not just pedal to the metal and go, but these guys are doing one heck of a job. It's going to be one heck of a shootout, Chris. I don't think they wanted to see that this yellow flag came out, but you know what? It did. Here we are. It's going to be a really interesting race to the finish line here.
Yeah,
these guys are getting hungry.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rick. This race is winding down, but it's far from being done. As you see the 77 car coming around, 77 car is taking his lucky dog, Andrew Hill, lucky dogging it around the track right now. And that's going to bring 15 cars to the lead lap. That's pretty good right there. Josh Spalding in the 9 car, your leader. Dustin German, 2nd. AJ Hamill, 3rd. Chris Mefford silently working his way up to 4th tonight. Earl Simpson in the 07 car, he's running 5th, and that rounds off your top 5. Right behind him, though, Troy Radford. Troy Radford worked his way back up to 6th place.
We're going to have a heck of a shootout here, Chris, as these guys are making their laps going around. They're sitting there, they're cycling themselves up. I could just imagine what's going through at least the top 5's head. Probably going back to 6 there. I'd love to know what's going through T. Roy Radford's head down at number 94. This is probably what he wanted to see. Maybe he can get a really good restart and see what he can do, but he is sitting back there in 6th position, so it's going to be tough with only a couple laps left to go.
Yeah, Troy Radford, I said it earlier, Troy Radford currently our points leader, but not by very much. Dustin German, he's in 2nd place, only 28 points behind. And then right behind them, Josh Spalding, who's currently 1st. So you've got your 2nd and 3rd place finish or point standings guys in 1st and 2nd right now. Troy Radford's got to be thinking, I've got to get up to at least 3rd, minimize the damage as much as possible.
I know one person who probably has sweaty palms right now, Chris. That's going to be Joshua Spalding at number 9 car. The throwback to Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. He won last week. He might come down here in Texas and do it all over again, but not if Dustin German in that 28 has anything to say. Also, we can't throw out AJ Hamill. He's won also. Chris Mefford, he's a winner here. So this is going to be really, really good. It looks like it's going to be a green-white checker maybe.
I think it's going to kick off a little sooner than I expect the lights to probably shut down this time by. So we're going to have about 5 laps or so under the green. Man, I hope it's not under green-white checkered conditions, man. I want to see a green flag finish on this one. And there they are. Lights are off on the pace car as we cross over.
Chris, is if the guys are going to take the time to sit there and watch themselves on Big Hoss, that big screen TV, they want to see their name in lights. So we're going to see who's going to be the winner, who's going to be burning it down here in Fort Worth here shortly.
We're setting up for a wicked finish here at Texas Motor Speedway. This mile-and-a-halfer has provided one heck of a good race tonight. Man, Rick, I was expecting a good race, but not as good as we've seen tonight, honestly. This has been awesome.
These guys have been practicing hard all week, Chris, since last week. They know what they got to do. They're trying to figure it out. They definitely put on a good show tonight here, and it was a pleasure to sit here and broadcast and watch this. These drivers, I can't thank them enough for everything that they do for racing for a cause. Even if it's just showing up week in and week out the race for us, it shows dedication to us, and we really appreciate it. Chris and I, we started this with 9 guys, and here we are today. And we love each and every one of you, and we appreciate all that you do for us here at Racing for a Cause.
We're getting ready to go back green. Pace car's getting ready to come in into pit road, and there it is. Josh Spaulding fires that number 9 back up to life. You hear him coming up through the gears in that 9 car. Chris Mefford on the outside, taking a very aggressive line as we're 3 wide for second place. And we got a big accident in the front. Big accident. 3 wide was not the thing to do up front. We're going to go back under yellow.
No, that was definitely a hard charge. 3 wide. Dustin German, AJ Hamill, Chris Mefford all wrapped up into that. T-Roy Radford in the number 94 car. Chris goes from 5th to 2nd just like that in a split second.
We're going to take a peek at that one again. We're going to get nice and close in. We're going to watch that front pack come back up to speed. We're going to see that pace car drop in, and here we go. Cars coming back up to speed. You see them going 3 wide, the 14 car. Oh my goodness. Oh, what an accident. Around and around they go. Chris Mefford in the 44, the 14 car, the 25 car, all severely damaged. They're not going to finish this race. What a horrible accident. And the Walls at Texas win again. You kind of had to do it. I mean, you've got just a few laps to go. What are you going to do? You got to go for the win. That's going to have some severe consequences on the point standings. It's going to have some severe consequences on the race finish. And yeah, man, Rowdy. Seeing your name as Randy is messing me up, but Rowdy, you're right. Everything is bigger in Texas, man. The wrecks, everything. So, just like that, Troy Radford, who was running 6th on that restart, now up to 2nd. Earl Simpson in the 07 running 3rd. Devin with a great night in that 08 car. He's in 4th place right now. Brian Beach in the 18 running 5th place. Justin McDuff running 6th currently. The 55 car, Stephen Baker running 7th. Hilton T. Young with a nice top 10 right now in 8th. Gerald West in the 86 car. He's been strong all night. He's running 9th right now. Ryan Nolan, again, running strong. He's back in 10th. And Tommy Q, Tom Quattlebaum Jr., he's in 11th. Andrew Hill has worked his way up to 12th. Scott Noslin, he's on the lead lap, sitting 13th. Fluffy Garrett in that 73 car, 14th. Craig Bristol in the 89 coming down pit road, 15th, but he's probably going to give that position up. Man, what a run so far. As we are on lap 98 of 100. I don't see this one going back to green, but maybe. Man, could we get a 1-lap shootout here?
Rowdy might get his wish, Chris. Looking for that green-white checkered. It might happen here. But talking about the points, let's just run down the top, at least 5 or 10 here as we're still under caution. Coming into this race, Troy Radford was the series leader, sitting in first. Second was Dustin German. Moving up from last week's win in third, Joshua Spalding. Andrew Hill, another person who's having a rough night, he's sitting in fourth. Steve Baker in the 55 car, he's sitting in fifth. Sixth would be Ryan Nolan. Seventh would be Chris Mefford in the 44. Tom Quattlebaum Jr. sitting in eighth. Gerald West in ninth. And Scott Noslin rounding out the top 10 points. So that's definitely going to make a little bit of mix-up. We're definitely going to be seeing a lot of plus and minuses here, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Again, I want to point out that those are the point standings coming into tonight. Going out of tonight, it's going to be all shaken up. We complete lap 99 under caution. It does look like I cannot see that pace car well enough to find out. The lights are off. We may have a one-lap shootout to decide this race. Can you believe that? The guys go 2 by 2. We are definitely going to do it. We're having a one-lap shootout. A mile and a half is going to decide this race. Josh Spalding on the inside in that 9 car has led 61 laps. T. Roy Radford in the 94 on the outside. He has led 9 laps. Devin Cannon in the 08 car. He's running third. Although he's not in the right position, so I'm not sure what's going on there. The 07 car, Earl Simpson, we'll call that okay for now. Man, oh man, one lap shootout. I cannot believe it.
This could be really interesting, Chris, to see. I mean, if Joshua Spalding, that number 9 car, has a good restart again, which he's had many of them tonight, he might be able to do it. But Troy Radford, he is right there in that number 94.
Ooh, and off the get-go, all kinds of cars around. This is going to have major implications. Major implications. You see all kinds of cars. Back up front, Josh Spalding is your race leader. And oh my goodness, I cannot believe that. Well, I can. Hey, you got a one-lap shootout on a mile and a half track. Gotta go, and that's what happens.
I'm not sure there what Joshua Spalding had an issue either shifting, or was he a little bit nervous because T. Roy Radford in the number 94 car kind of jumped the start a little bit. But it's going to be really interesting to see as they're starting to pass some lap cars. But right now, they're coming around. We're going to see who's going to be the winner. And it looks like it might be Josh Spalding as he's coming down to the backstretch right now. Right now, the interval has opened up quite a bit.
Well, yeah, the race is done right there, bud. It was a one-lap shootout. Josh Spalding, your winner in that 9 car. Troy Radford comes home second. Devin Cannon in the 08. He's going to be your third-place finisher. So that is your top 3. Man, what a wild run in the end. It's going to be interesting to see how this one scored out. You got some cars that I don't know were able to actually come across that line. And right there, man, oh man, your race winner for the second week in a row, your first time K&N back-to-back winner, Joshua Spalding in the 09 car. And just gives a little kiss to the 86 car as he's burning down the run. Troy Radford, your second place finisher. Devin Cannon third again. So, what an excellent race. My goodness, that's not the way we want to see him end, but exciting.
That was an exciting finish, Chris. I got really wrapped up in there. I told you not to bring me back one of them beers from turn 1. Man, that was fabulous.
Second week in a row, Josh Spalding wins the K&N Throwback Series. And this week, doing it in that wicked throwback car, the awesome Bill from Dawsonville, 09. Josh Spalding, your race winner tonight. Whew. Man, Rick. That was awesome, man.
That was definitely a good race, Chris. I want to thank all the viewers that came out tonight. We appreciate all the support that you guys give us, Chris. I do have the top 3 up in the staging room ready for you.
Hey, I say let's do it. Your third place finisher. Let's actually bring up the results real quick here so we can take a peek at the finishing order. because I'm not sure how it ended. Honest to God, after the top three, I'm not sure. So, Josh Spalding, your winner here tonight in the 09 in the 9 car. Troy Radford bringing it home second in the 94. Devin Cannon with a solid top 3 finish in the 08 car. Earl Simpson, Gerald West, Ryan Nolan, Steve Baker, Scott Noslin, Thomas Quattlebaum Jr., and Andrew Hill round out your top 10. In 11th, you have Hilton Young, Justin McDuff, Jason Garrett, Brian Beach, Craig Bristol, Chris Medford, Dustin German, AJ Hamill, Patrick Smith, Justin Pinnell. There's your top 20. JP, there you are. Andy Lambert coming home 21st. Rick Greenaway, you saw him barbecue a couple of times, and really wasn't expecting that tonight. He's 22nd. Brian Hacker, 23rd. A bad night for him. Not one he's used to. Jason Kinzer and Junior Smith, I don't believe they actually started the race. So, 23 drivers solidly. Man, oh man, just awesome.
Definitely a good race, Chris. It was a pleasure being down here in Fort Worth with you. We look forward to Wednesday night. We're heading over to Las Vegas for the Bull Ring for some laps under the lights. That's going to be another interesting race in the Racing for a Cause Late Model Series. Man, we got an exciting week ahead of us, man.
Yeah, we really do. And right now, I just got to say, Devin, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Devin, you had a copy.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Devin Cannon, buddy. The 08 car comes home third place tonight. Great run from you tonight. How did it feel?
Yeah, the old girl was fast. Methodical is definitely the name of the game with these cars. So just trying to keep the nose clean all day, and this is definitely one of my favorite tracks. So glad to brought it home in third. Didn't need to see that second to last caution though. Would have been a little interesting.
Well, it was an interesting race. You came back. You did a really good job, buddy. I'm very happy for you. Third place. You know, boom, there it is. Your favorite track. We'll see what happens. Are you going to be heading to Las Vegas with us in the late model series Wednesday?
Possibly. We'll see what's going on. It's usually a night I practice for my cup league, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Can't say no to anything, right?
That's right, buddy. Well, hey, listen, good job tonight. You came in, you did what you had to do. If we went green flag, you might have had some for him. I can tell you that 08 car was fast, man. You got some really good runs. We're happy for you. Is there anybody out there that you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to R-Laps, Race Like a Pro Simulators. It's usually my main sponsor, but Throwback League wanted to put a old junior car on my old paint scheme on my car here. But sponsor Chase Briscoe and his efforts, so go give them a like on Facebook, and that's about it.
Excellent, bud. Well, thank you for coming out tonight. Congratulations on third. We'll definitely see you next week, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. See you then.
Thank you, Devin. That was Devin Cannon in the 08 car coming home in third place. Your second place finisher. And it's going to be, we're going to have to see how the points wind down tonight, but your second place finisher, and we'll call him current points leader, Troy Radford. T-Roy Radford, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I do, gentlemen. How are you guys doing this evening?
Hey, bud, doing pretty well. Back and forth night again tonight, but bringing it home second in that 94. The track itself seemed a bit loose, and you were on a different pit schedule. Tell me about that.
So we had early in the race, me and Josh had a really good run going. We all came down pit road there, and right when I was coming into my pit road, Josh just bumped me just a little bit and then pushed me past my pit stall. No damage, but just enough that it messed me up. So I came out 12th. Had to really chew up my tires and start short pitting. I caught a lap down there on lap 90 when that last caution came out. So it kind of running a little different strategy. But I'm telling you, if that caution hadn't come out of 90, I think I had that one.
Yeah, your 94 car was pretty quick tonight, Rick.
Yeah, you're definitely quick there. You pulled in a second place finish for GMR Motorsports, man. Congratulations. You've been here before, my friend. Is there anybody out there you want to thank?
Of course, Greenaway Motorsports Productions, the whole guys over at GMR. I know we've been always working hard with it. And, wasn't quite the day I know we were all hoping for, but I mean, dang, every one of us was running right up there at the top.
Definitely. Well, you did a good job. Chris, you got anything else?
That's it. Troy, I really want to congratulate you again on a nice second place finish, bud. You have yourself a great night. I'll let you get back down to your crew. That was Troy Radford in the 94 car, but you're a winner tonight. And second interview of the night, I can't believe it. The first back-to-back finisher, or winner, Joshua Spalding in that 9 car. Joshua Spalding, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, bud. So, kind of bookending this whole broadcast, you had a win last week. We talked to you at the beginning of the race. And now at the end of this one, here you are again. How did the car feel? Did you think that you had the winning car tonight?
Car felt really good. I worked on qualifying this week a lot, and knew I had a good chance at the pole and did that, and I wanted to lead as many laps as I could. With this old point style, you want to get as many as you can early on, because they definitely add up. And so I had the mindset just to lead as many as I can. And I thought for a little bit there Troy had the better car in the middle of a run, but we only had that one really long run there, and I was really good in the first part of the run. Middle part I saved a little bit and tried to be a little aggressive towards the end of a tire run, and stayed up front and was there when it counted. But I'd like to see the last run play out without that last caution. I think Troy short pitted, and it was going to be real interesting to see us battle it out there, because I was going to take 2 on lap 90, and he was going to be on offense with 4 tires, so it would have been a good finish, but great race nonetheless.
Well, Josh, congratulations. Like Chris said, you're the first back-to-back K&N Series winner. I told you during your last interview there earlier on tonight that we look forward to talking to you again, and boom, you made it happen, man. So congratulations, you brought home another win for Rad Racing. I would be asking Mr. Baker for a pay increase if I were you. Is there anybody out there you want to thank, my friend?
Well, we definitely all practice as a team, and we all kind of, we share fuel mileage info and what the car's doing. We all try stuff together, so definitely a team effort during the week. And I was able to help out Dustin on one of the restarts when he started second, try to get him clear of third place. But it was it's fun. We have a good team, and excited to be back to back in it this week.
Well, it was a really good run, bud, and I really appreciate the effort that you put into the racing. Effort actually shows up on race day, and you're here because you won the race because of that effort. And we can't thank you enough, Joshua Spalding in the 9 car tonight. You're a winner here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
So Josh Spalding wins again here at Texas Motor Speedway, 100 laps, and man, it was awesome. Rick, was it what you thought it was going to be?
It was what I thought it was going to be, and so much more, Chris. These guys put on one heck of a race. It was a pleasure to sit up here in the booth with you. That's one thing that's a little bit hard as both drivers. We're sitting back this season. It is my second season, and these guys don't disappoint, though. You think that being race car drivers, you want to get out there as much as you can, but these guys are definitely putting on a great show. Again, I appreciate everything that all our drivers do, all our members. It was just an outstanding race. It was, like I said, more than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, man, it was awesome, and I can't wait to do it again this Wednesday night, coming to you live from the bull ring in the late model car. Until then, this is Chris, and that's Rick, and we'll see you soon.